An account named The Young and the Childless is being dragged online after she went viral for revealing her unhappiness in a perfect marriage.
I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. And I have a good man, I do, and that's not the point.
A lot of people were telling her that you should be thankful that you actually had a good man. And what the shorthand is that they're saying to her is that you, dark-skinned black woman with 4C hair, should be thankful that you even got that. But with every follow-up that followed, the story got more and more complicated.
I just wanted to come on here and hold myself accountable and apologize for my recent video.
However, this situation sparked a much-needed discourse on the dissonance between the myth of marriage and what it really is. Halle Berry's ex-husband, former MLB player David Justice, says he left because he couldn't see her as the mother of his kids.
She don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly.
Ask these man them, what constitutes the ideal partner? If the man say a woman that cook or clean, he's not describing a wife, he's describing a slave. Oh God.
Just the baby, it's a lot.
Well, listen, it's all you, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I ain't got nothing for him.
If you go half and half with a baby after circling the block on Ashanti, all to tell her that he ain't got nothing for, we tackling that and more on today's Foreign Friday.
It's a foreign man in a foreign land.
Why do you want to be married?
It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone, because I've been married for about 7 years and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point.
She's lamenting over marriage itself as a concept.
While I am upset, I'm just like not thinking that I made the right decision. Like, and I have a good man, I do, and that's not the point.
So you had two camps when it came to reception for this video. You had some people that actually empathized with her, and then some people that didn't, simply because she said that she's in a good marriage and that she has a good man.
You really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. You lose your sense of peace.
To empathize with her, there is a surrender of self that comes with joining a union with someone. And for women specifically, marriage was intended to make property out of the woman. Men are boosted in a lot of different realms once they are married. A woman could be the most impressive person that you could ever lay eyes on, but until she gets married and gives a man a child, she will never receive the encomium, the applause, the praise, and the laudations that she deserves for the things that she does in a single capacity as a woman.
And this could be even to a good man. Like, you're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, at all.
To equate this to political theory, Thomas Hobbes, don't like him too much, he's a realist thinker. One of his biggest books is The Leviathan. What Hobbes is saying that as a citizen of a society, you end up relinquishing some of your freedom to a Leviathan, to a omnipresent, omnipotent figure. You surrender some of your freedom, and in turn, that Leviathan is supposed to protect you, is supposed to take care of you. That's the birth of a lot of what we understand nowadays as it pertains to the way in which society and citizen. That's also reflected in patriarchal relationships like what she's talking about right here. You relinquish some of your control in order to compromise in a union. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, what that looks like is the woman ends up surrendering a lot of her control to that man. You always hear about this idea of submission. A lot of your identity, a lot of your autonomy is therefore taken away from you under this impression that you're going to be taken care of or protected. The man is able to explore and go about his life fully articulated. He has a life outside of the household, whereas the woman in these binaries is often discouraged to do that. She's discouraged to engage with a life outside of her child, of the household, of home rearing and homemaking, of child rearing. The woman even gives up her name. Exactly.
I've always had a dream of like getting out of my hometown, like city, and moving on, like moving forward, like life is supposed to be experience. Like, we're supposed to be doing new things and traveling and all that, and I do all of that. But at some point, like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like,
this is what, like, a lot of people, I believe, took issue with. In today's day and age, there's a big lament about the scarcity of good partners. A lot of people were telling her that you should be thankful that you actually had a good man. And what the shorthand is that they're saying to her is that you, dark-skinned black woman with 4C hair, should be thankful that you even got that. If it was a girl with a loose curl hair pattern, beige skin tone like the Netflix actors, there wouldn't be as much heat for that woman. But because you have a dark-skinned woman saying, hey, marriage isn't all what it's cracked up to be for me in my experience. He's a good man, he's a good husband, and in fact, this is a good marriage. The fact that she says that, niggas are like, how dare you?
Always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You're never alone.
That part in particular also really got people mad. The idea that you have to be emotionally present and emotionally accountable to another person. They're claiming that she's selfish, and to be honest, it's in her name actually. Diary of a Happy Black Woman here, young and the childless. Day in my life, young, child-free, and selfish. And the fact that she's also bringing up being emotionally accountable for another person and the exhaustion that comes with it feeds into this idea that she is selfish. People who are child-free are always considered to be selfish inside a society that deems women specifically as expected to have children.
You never have a moment to yourself. You never can do that. And I don't know, like, and there's gonna be some bitches out there that say like, oh no, you should not. No, like, be weird and not a real ass couple. But I really want girls to know, like, even if it's absolutely worth it, I don't think it is. Even if you found the most perfect man, it's not worth it. It's not, like, it's always gonna be best to just, like, be alone. And maybe that's why so many men tell older women they're gonna die alone and be so sad. I'm sad with a great man. Like, maybe it's just, like, not my personality. And, like, I know girls are out there that, like, dying for, like, a relationship like mine. Like, he takes care of me, but, like, I'm sorry, like, you can't, like, I can't even really barely deal with myself and my own emotions. Imagine somebody that you know for such a short amount of time, because you're never gonna know that man like you think you do, and that's just not in a negative way. Like, I just don't think marriage is for me.
And that very well could be the case. And that's okay. There's a lot to unpack there. And on one hand, yet again, I am happy that she is really being a martyr for what is an important conversation, because marriage is imposed upon specifically women as an end goal, a be-all and end-all, very early on in their lives. If you look at the way that programming works, Disney princesses, the limitations of their reality and their corporeal form is to be married. They are training girls very early on, from Barbie dolls to movies to Disney's. Girls are taught their duty is to be married. The fact that you have girls early on being groomed to be brides, not people. If you are groomed as a girl to get married, and you get married, you will have a lot of people that are now reckoning with the fact that, wait, is this all what it's cracked up to be? You have a lot of people that are in marriages that should not have been. They might be ace, they may be arrow. Like, they might not be set up to want to be around one person on a regular basis. And they don't find it out because they're not given the latitude to discover that for themselves. Because from the jump, they are groomed to be a complement to someone else. Talking about what she's talking about in the medium that she's talking about it, TikTok. TikTok is an app that thrives off of outrage cycles. So to offer herself up on the pillory to do this, bareface, crying as a dark-skinned black woman is powerful and brave, and I want to give her the flowers to do that. That being said, if she hasn't had this conversation with her husband, that's awful. Imagine you get a video served to you on your FYP, and it's your wife saying that although this man has done everything right, I don't want to be here. It reminds us of the futility of especially black men to be men. The futility of us trying to fit into this role that we were not designed for. It's very much like as a child, you're told to eat your veggies, go to school, get married, and you'll have a good life. And then you find out that's not true. Nobody prepares you for that. I think some men are responding to that packaged in a dark-skinned woman coming to you and basically saying, yeah, this is a great man, but I hate being here with him. Because it goes back to a lot of different TikToks where women are saying that, oh, he's a good man and everything like that, but I don't have the spark. I don't feel the butterflies that I'm supposed to feel. And it goes back to exactly what we were talking about earlier, which is essentially that this figment, this myth of marriage, this myth of what marriage is supposed to be, rather than what it is, which is a renewing contract, a rolling contract, a contract that needs to be renewed on a daily basis. You need to consent to this person that you are with on a daily basis. After she put out this video and it got over 1 million, more follow-ups ensued. And the story began to get like a little bit more complicated.
Oh my God, I cannot believe the reaction to this video. Okay, let me be serious though and give you guys an update on my marriage. First, I would like to address everyone who is saying that like I'm trying to discourage everyone from getting married. I forget sometimes that in America, most people only have a literacy level up to the 5th grade. So if you actually read the caption, you would understand that the first thing that I said was I'm not discouraging anyone. But that's okay. I guess that's my fault for not vocalizing it. Secondly, I made this video not to offend anyone or try to upset them on any level, but just to figure out, even if I was the only one who felt this way, if this video only reached one person to help them, which it reached multiple people to help them, that's all that matters.
I'm rooting for dark-skinned black women every day and twice on Sundays. But the video, of course, went from her crying and lamenting over her marriage to her clapping back at haters. And then she posted this.
I just wanted to come on here and hold myself accountable and apologize for my recent video. I didn't realize on social media we were only supposed to highlight the best moments of our lives. I didn't realize how my situation would affect so many people. Next time, I promise to never be an authentic creator and express my feelings on here about common issues we all face in all aspects of our lives. I truly am sorry how many people I offended by being vulnerable and just expressing my feelings about my life. I encourage, especially women, to continue suppressing their emotions and being fake about every aspect of their life, because we do not need transparency on social media. Instead of trying to relate to people or find people who feel the same way you do, you must continue to admit that everything is fine when everything is not, because that may come off as ungrateful and not inspiring. So remember to suck it up and be grateful for everything in your life, because someone has it worse than you.
I'm very conflicted in general. And I have very nuanced feelings, messy feelings in general about this. And y'all are seeing what that looks like. Because on one hand, a part of me feels as though dark-skinned black women showing confidence in a clapback like this, that pisses a lot of people off. And the fact that she's reveling in that, I don't necessarily hate. Next part of it, the character arc between this and that is a canyon. It only got even more complicated when people then began to say that she was just rage baiting. Diary of a Happy Black Woman admits the video was rage bait. There's no husband.
I mean, I'm saying I'm a liar because everyone's calling me a liar. So if you think I'm a liar, I'm a liar. I don't think I'm a liar. I'm just validating your emotions because you guys are the ones upset. If you think I'm a liar, believe it. I'm not here to defend myself. You're not, like, why do you think I have to defend myself to people that think I'm lying? I'm just validating your emotions.
On one hand, she doesn't say the husband is fake. Why does she look familiar? I didn't want to say it, but I think that she's giving Tracy Bobby.
I mean, I guess, like, I know, like people try to give me positive attention, but I don't like it. I prefer like negative over positive. And when they do give me positive attention, I do something outrageous even more to get back negative attention.
Do you think that that's different? You're different in that regard?
I like being different in my own way. I don't want to be like everyone else. Like, I like being different and unique in my own way.
The fact that Tracy is rage baiting and she's being accused of rage bait is so uncanny to me.
My name is Tracy.
Tracy, why are you here?
I'm here because I support Donald Trump.
Her whole thing is being a self-loathing dark-skinned black woman. Our society is designed to make black people hate themselves. What she's doing here, popping back at the haters about a topic that is real, is unfortunate because it ends up making the conversation more difficult. You not only have, in this case, marriage rage baiters, you also have marriage pick-me's.
Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places, fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one, and my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just gonna call it like a TI is. All the while my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
She might as well be Kevin Samuels. At a grown age, talking about body count, which does not exist. There is a disgusting desire that some men, who coincidentally do not wash their ass, that some of these men have for seeing women regret not falling in line with patriarchy. Some men want to see when a woman chooses an alternative route than what is forged for them through patriarchy. They want to see those women fail. They want to see them suffer. Weirdly enough, you then have people like her who are parroting the talking points that men will say to women once they get divorced. And that makes it very difficult for anybody to be taken seriously when they discuss this. It's almost like job security. You might be in a turbulent job that you don't like, terrible hours, terrible boss or whatever. And instead of leaving that job, you constantly hear people talking about the fact that they are suffering in the job market. And if you have a job, you should be thankful for that job, whatever that job is, because there ain't that many jobs out here. That influences the person to get into a scarcity mindset where they then don't feel as though they could get a better job anywhere else, or they could get a job that values them anywhere else. So they end up staying in the job. This is basically the same thing, but for marriages. It could end up influencing people that are in extremely turbulent marriages to essentially just stick through it. Halle Berry's ex-husband, former MLB player David Justice, says he left because he couldn't see her as the mother of his kids. She don't cook, clean, don't really seem motherly.
It really wasn't a lot of negative attention until I decided to leave her in 1996. I remember Halle saying to me, hey, she asked me to marry her.
Oh, God. I ain't never seen this shit, I ain't gonna lie.
On me for 5 months. So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy, so in my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean.
Traditional.
And then I'm thinking, okay, if we have kids, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly.
Oh, God. Ask these man them, what constitutes the ideal partner? If the man say a woman to cook or clean, he's not describing a wife. He's describing a slave. Oh, God. To fumble Halle Berry is the most light-skinned nigga thing to do. When you talk about the marriage front, you have fellas like this. Imagine the child-rearing side with it. Ashanti's story is just tragic. Ashanti deserved better. And she definitely deserved better than Nelly.
Just the baby. It's a lot.
Well, listen, it's all you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got nothing for him.
If you go half on half with a baby after circling the block on Ashanti, all to tell her that he ain't got nothing for her?
Absolutely not, I know. How is it that you just sleep through when he starts crying.
Do y'all really be up at night?
I sleepwalk to change my child diaper and give the child a bottle in the middle of the night when he wake up because he thirsty. This man don't even know that the child awake.
I heard about it.
You know what? It's absolutely ridiculous that you'll still be dead sleep and he'll be mad loud.
But I don't even hear y'all, man.
That's ridiculous.
You know, it's a gift, I guess.
I ain't got it though. The fact that Nelly spin the block on Ashanti all to deadbeat his child whilst being married to his mum and living in the same house as such is just wild. She is effectively a single mother. Now, mind you, Ashanti has the means and probably the support system to provide the child with community, which kind of makes me happy a little bit because I know that the child's hopefully not going to get the brunt of what a deadbeat father that is married to your mom can be like. But the average mother, this is a death sentence. Imagine going through postpartum and having to tend to your child in a single fashion whilst married. Having effectively a corpse on the side of you when you have to get up in the middle of the night to change your child and give him a bottle because he's crying. And the level of humiliation yet again, because dog isn't just doing this behind closed doors. Dog is doing this in front of cameras.
Why is that a gift?
I'm blessed with that too now.
No, that means get up. It's your turn to change him.
I'm gonna take you back to this conversation we had. Before you kicked me under the table, I said, baby, I give you the world. I just ain't changing no diaper.
Oh my God.
There's a difference between instrumental care and nurturing. Instrumental care is being able to provide financially for a family. Nurturing, the emotional labor that is necessary for rearing a child, as well as contributing to a partnership. So a lot of the time when men feel as though they have access and the ability to financially provide, they think that they could just check out emotionally. In fact, sometimes we overwork and take solace in our financial adeptitude as a way to circumvent being emotionally accountable to another human being. We think that that's good enough because for a long time we were told that we are not a man. The great majority of black men, unfortunately, are impoverished or near to impoverishment. So the idea that you are financially adept means that, okay, well, I'm doing better than most of these niggas. You should be happy for that. So I don't have to change diapers. I don't have to be a present father because I'm presently at work, making sure that you all live comfortably. And that's not enough. And it's a trap that unfortunately a lot of us fall for. And then you have niggas that ain't doing none of that.